Bismillah. So now to wrap this all up, I've spoken about the spirit, I've spoken about the mind, and hopefully given enough adjectives, enough words to really picture and imaginalize what these things are. And I do believe that having images and having a language, really having a map, is of the utmost importance because it allows us in this, what is ultimately an inward journey, to know the landmarks, know the signs, to continue to deepen into this process. As you know, if you're going from A to B, if you're visiting another town, and before GPS, you'd probably navigate yourself using landmarks. Like you'd know that there is going to be this great statue to your left. And once you pass it, you know you're on the right track, and it gives you confidence. Similarly, with some sort of map, you know that you are on the right track with meditation, that you are truly going deeper into yourself. And now, there is this illumination, this generation, as I keep saying, and moreover I said that it is ordered and symmetrical, as a natural harmony. And I said that body and matter is a natural fulfillment of this generation, that light becomes dense matter, mind becomes matter, and thought becomes body. The picture, therefore, is as the tree of life. From these roots in the ground of being, the foundation of yourself, from this mystical, luminous darkness and holy quiescence and silence, there's a growth coming forth, a growth which begins as a simple unity, which begins strong and sturdy, immense, intense light, bright white light, a thick, sturdy trunk, but as it grows, it branches and becomes more delicate and gracile. And the light, the pure, pristine unity, the white light, refracts into a manifold of colors. And there is this expansion coming forth. And now this expansion maps forth an arborescent pattern that is the shape of a tree. And that is why the ancients all have the notion of a tree of life. The tree of being, at the very center of the world, is a tree. Why that is because, well, the world itself is a tree. The world is a great tree, and you yourself are a small tree, part of this world, or rather you are a tree within a tree at the center of this world. As you may see here to the right, you see that the whole thing is a world, yet you have a tree branching inside of this tree in the middle of the world. That is you. You as a human being, into whose breast God breathes his own spirit. You are a little tree of existence within this vast macrocosmos of existence. And understanding the generations of the self, that this body is therefore a tree, that what we see of these limbs are the branches, what we see of our actions and our fingers and our extremities, these are the leaves adorning upon the branches. But inside of us lie the roots, that we are rooted within. Where are these roots? Not without. Not down here, because the legs also are branches. But we have to turn inwards to see from whither these branches have sprouted forth, and really go into the depths of the self to know in what ground have we been rooted. And that's the root of the root of the root of yourself, as the Rumi speaks of it. You find thereat, find you, your spirit, and there you find the face of God, which hath breathed its spirit into you. This is the tree of life. Also spoken, it is the word egg, because we said that the spirit is a seed which contains the tree, or an egg which contains the world. And it is the temple. Jesus said that famously that your body is the temple. It is like a temple. Therefore clean the temple, adorn the temple, beautify the temple, inhabit the temple. Just as when you go into a great vault, a great work of architecture, you stand there in the middle and you are naturally brought into a state of contemplation. without doing anything, without knowing any work of spirituality, you become spiritual. When you stand at the center of the world, when you climb a great mountain, when you are centered by the world, when you are below and beholding the august glory of the night sky, thereat you have become spiritual because you are become your spirit. Even so, when you truly inhabit the temple of the body, and you come into the center of this temple, there you will naturally be awestruck, and you will reverence, and you will bow yourself down unto your own self. Because what else do you bow down to? When you bow down, what is bowing down to what? Bowing down is a process of lowering the self into the self. If you study the motion of bowing down, it's a retreating inwards, right? And when you bow down on the floor, like in the Islamic prayer, it's like the tree has collapsed down into a seed. It's withered back into the seed. So bowing down is a process of collapsing back into the center of your body. The limbs, the branches come down here. And this is found everywhere. In all forms of prayer, there's a centering, a collapsing inwards, right? So coming down. And you have returned to the seed, to the root of the root of the root of yourself. And once you have come into this egg, you can be hatched again, born again, and therefrom you grow. And after bowing you stand, and stood you walk and work in the world. This is your body, which is the temple of your soul.